Python keywords. Already I told you that keywords cannot be used as a identifier. What do you mean by keyword? Those are the reserved words in the Python. There are 33 keywords in the Python 3.3. Keywords are the reserved words in the Python. We cannot use the keyword as a variable name, class name, function name or any other identifier. Okay. Once again I am repeating that keywords cannot be used. Keywords cannot be used by variable names, function name, any other identifiers. These are all the list of total 33 keywords we are going to discuss. Let's we move to the keywords explanation part. First one, true, false. True, false are the truth values in the Python. They are the results of comparison operations and logical operations. Did you remember what are the comparison operators? Did you remember? Yes, greater than, less than, equal to are the comparison operators. What are the logical operators? And, or, not. Those are the logical operators. Okay. True and false are the truth values in the Python. They are the results of comparison operator or logical operators. We will see a small piece of code for the true, false. A equal to 10, B equal to 5, if A greater than B, print A is big, else print B is big. This is the small piece of code that is an example for the true or false. Now A and B both are compared together. A holds the value 10, B holds the value 5. 10 greater than 5. Is it true or false? True. Okay. When it yields the result as true, control goes to the next statement. Suppose if the resultant value of this comparison is false, then control goes to the else part. Okay. Is it clear? If the result is true, after doing the comparison operation, control goes to the next statement. If the result is false, then control goes to the else block. As 10 is greater than 5, okay, control goes to the next statement. It prints that A is big, next part will be ignored. So output of this code is A is big. Okay. Next, none is the second keyword in the Python. It is a special constant in the Python that represents a null value. That represents a null value. Okay. So let's we see an example code for the none. Example code for none. X equal to none if X print none is true, else print none is false. Okay. None is a special constant in the Python. It holds the null value. X equal to none. Okay. It holds the null value. If x, there is no value in the x, so it's a false. When it is the false, control goes to the else part. So it prints the statement none is the false. So output for this code is none is false. Okay, this is the example code for the none keyword. Next, and or not. And or not are the logical operators in the Python. Okay, you all know that in the digital logic design also you will see the AND gate, OR gate, NOT gate and their truth tables also. Okay, if the values of the inputs are 1 and 1, then the AND gate result output is 1. If the values of the AND gate input are 1, 0, then the resultant output is the 0. Okay, you all know those truth tables and everything. Okay, let me explain a small piece of code for the keywords and or not. And or not. What are the similar operations in C for and or not? This is the logical AND in C. This is the logical OR in C. This is the NOT in the C. But whereas in the Python, directly we use the keywords and or not for doing logical operations. Okay, I will show you the small example codes for each and every operator. And x equal to 5 less than 10 and 5 greater than 10. Print x. 5 less than 10. Is it true or false? True. 5 greater than 10. Is it true or false? False. Now, true and false. What is the resultant value? False. So, x holds the value false. So, its output is false. Okay. Next. See the example for the OR. X equal to, we will take the same example. 5 less than 10 or 5 greater than 10, print x. 5 less than true, it is true. 5 greater than 10, it is false. Combination of true or false? True. So, now what x holds? X holds the true. So, print of x result is true. This is the example for the OR. Similarly, not. X equal to false, print of not x. X holds the value false. You want to print not x. What is the result of the not x? Not false. Not false is what? True. Okay. These are all the small pieces of the code for and or not. Is it clear? Now, the next keyword is as. As is used to create an alias while importing a module. Okay. So, you can see the statement import math as my. Math is the standard library available in the Python. Math is the standard library available in the Python. You want to work with the functions of the math. Okay. For that you have to create the object my. Okay. My. Okay. As is the alias while importing with the module. Okay. Now my is the object created for the module math. With the help of the my, you can work with all functions of the math. Next, break, continue. Break, continue are the two keywords used inside the for loop and the while loops to alter their normal behavior. To alter the normal behavior of the for loop and while loop, we will use the keywords break and the continue. Okay. We will see small examples for the keywords break and continue also. First, we will see the example on the keyword break. For val in string, if val equal to I, break, print val, print the end. This is the for loop in Python for val in string. So, this is the string. Okay. Character by character values will be assigned to the val. Okay. While iterating the loop, character by character of the string is assigned to the val. Okay. First, in the first iteration, S will be assigned. In the second iteration, T will be. Third iteration, R. Fourth iteration, I. Fifth iteration, N. And sixth iteration, G. Okay. Character by character, those are assigned to the val. In the first iteration, now val holds the S. Okay. Val holds the S. Yes, is it equal to I? No. So, it is not equal to I. So, it prints the value. Yes. Next, second iteration. Now, T holds in the val. T, is it equal to I? No. It prints the value T. Next, in the third iteration, R. Is it equal to I? No. So, again it prints the val R. Now, in the fourth iteration, I is assigned to the val. Now, I. Is it equal to I? Then it breaks. Control goes to this statement, it breaks, and control goes to the out of for loop, comes to the last statement, it prints the end. Okay. This is an example for the break. Similarly, continue. By doing small changes to this code, we can get the continue. Val Okay. Now, in the first iteration, S is assigned to the val, S equal to I, okay, it's not true, prints the val yes. Second iteration, T is not equal to I, it prints the value T. In the third iteration, R is assigned to val, okay, R is not equal to I, it prints the val R. In the fourth iteration, I is equal to I. Here, loop will not be break like earlier, continue again. So, it goes to the fifth iteration, N is not equal to I, prints the val. Next sixth iteration, G is assigned to the val, G is not equal to I, it prints the val G. All characters in that string are over. Now the control goes to the out of for loop, it executes the last statement, the end. Okay, this is the example for the continue. Did you identify the difference between break and continue? In the break, whenever the condition is true, control breaks the program and comes to the out of loop, comes from the out of loop. And in the continue, whenever the condition is true, okay, it doesn't come from the out of loop, it continues the loop. It continues the loop to the next iterations. That is the difference between the break and the continue. Next, class. Here I would like to explain the three keywords first. Later I will take a common program on all those three keywords. Those are the class, def and del. Okay. On these three keywords I will show a small example. Class. It is used to define the user defined class. You all know that what is the class? Class is the collection of the objects, okay. And def. Def is used to define the user defined function, okay. Class is used to define the user defined class. Def is used to define the user defined function, okay. Function performs a specific task, class holds the set of functions, okay. Is it clear? Class holds set of functions, function performs a specific task. Function is very minimal, minor than the class. Del is used to delete the reference object. Whenever you don't want to avail the services of a particular object, you can delete such objects by using the keyword del. Okay, I will show a small example or else the common program on these three keywords, class, def and the del. Class, def, del. Class, person, def, init, it's nothing but the constructor, current object self, name, age, self dot name equal to name, self dot age equal to age, create the object to the person by P1, P1 equal to person of RK 37, print P1 dot name, print P1 dot age, del P1. Again you write these two statements here. Print P1 dot name, print P1 dot age. Okay. So it's a small piece of code on the three keywords class, def, is. Class is the keyword to define the user defined function. Def is the keyword to define the user defined function, and del is the keyword used to delete the references to the current object. Okay. So person is the class, it holds the one constructor. Okay. In the Java, to define the constructor, you can easily identify the constructor. How you identify the constructor? The function whose name is same as the class name is called as a constructor. It means that constructor should be with the name person in the Java, but whereas in the Python, no need to be with the class name. Okay. Instead of that, we will use that init, and it should be prepended and appended with the two underscores. Self is the current object, name is the argument, age is the another argument. Okay. When object is initialized, P1 equal to person RK37. Okay. Now this 37 is passed to the age, RK passed to the name. Okay. Now function will be executed. Procedure is same. In the Java also, at the time of creating the objects, constructors will be invoked. Here also, once you created the object, constructor will be invoked by passing the values to the arguments. Now, name holds the RK, age holds the 37. Now, if you print the P1 dot name, what it prints? RK. Print P1 dot age, what it prints? 37. Now, you deleted whatever the values hold in the object P1. Now, everything is arranged, nothing is there in the P1. Again, if you try to print the name and the age, what it prints? Nothing will be displayed. Nothing will be displayed. That is the achievement of the del keyword. Is it clear? Class, def, del. Next one, if, else, elif. If, else, elif are the keywords used for conditional branching or else the decision making. Okay. I will show the example on if, else, elif. If, elif, else. A equal to 10, B equal to 5. Okay. If A greater than B, print A is big. Elif A equal to B, print both are equal. Else. When you come to the else part, if you don't have the any other branches, if it is the final branch, you have to end with the else. Over. A assigned with the 10, B assigned with the 5. Both will be compared together. 10 greater than 5. Is it true or false? True. If it is the true, control goes to the immediate next statement. If it is false, control goes to the elif statement. Okay. As it is true, it prints A is big, and after printing the statement, control goes to the out of block. So output is A is big. Okay. Next, except, rise, try, finally. Nothing but try, catch, throw, throws, finally. Whatever the keywords related to the exception handling you heard in the Java, here you can find them with except, rise, try, finally. Okay. I will show the piece of the code on the keyword try and the except. A equal to 5, B equal to 0. Try, print A by B, except 0 division error, print cannot be divided, cannot be divided 0. Okay. So how we handle the divided by 0 exceptions? Okay. Whatever the statements which can generate the exceptions should be in the try block, and to handle such exceptions we have to write the catch block followed by the try. Okay. Here except block plays the catch block role. Okay. A equal to 5, B equal to 0. Print of A by B, 5 by 0. Is it possible? No. Okay. So it generates the exception, not an error. It generates the exception. So it should be under the try block. Okay. So whenever control or else the interpreter knows that division error is occurred, okay, it goes to the except block, 0 division error found. So it prints that cannot be divided the 0. Okay. Next, for, while. These are used for the looping. For and while are the keywords used for the looping. Let we see an example on for and while. Okay. Fruits equal to banana, orange. This is the set. Set assigned to the variable fruits. For x in fruits, print x. What are the values hold in the fruits? Apple, banana, orange. X in set. Okay, in the first iteration, apple will be printed. In the next iteration, banana will be printed. And in the last iteration, orange will be printed. Okay, this is the output for the for looping. And coming to the while looping, I equal to 1 while I less than 6 print I. Okay, what is the output? 1 less than 6, true, 1 will be printed. And again, so you have to do the increment also, I plus equal to 1. I is incremented to 2, 2 less than 6, condition true, 2 printed. Again I incremented to 3, 3 less than 6, printed. Again I incremented to 4, 4 less than 6, 4 will be printed. I is incremented to 5, 5 less than 6, true, 5 will be printed. I is incremented to 6, 6 less than 6, condition is failed, aborted. Okay, it is the output of the while loop. Next, from import. Import is the keyword used to import the modules into the current namespace, and from is the keyword used to import the specific functions into the current space. Import math means what? All math module is imported into the current program. From math import class, what is the meaning of it? From the math module only the class function is imported. Okay, import is the keyword used to import whole module into the namespace, and from is the keyword used to import the specific function of the module into the current namespace. From math import class means that, okay, from the math module class function will be imported into the current namespace. Import math means that whole module, math module will be imported into the current namespace. Okay. Next keyword, global. Global is used to declare the variable. Okay. Once you declare the variable as global, that can be used anywhere in the program. There is a limited scope for the variables declared. Suppose if you declare the variable in the function, okay, it has the scope within that function only. Okay, though if you declare the variables under the global inside the function, the scope of the variable is outside the function also. Okay, I will show the small example that magnifies you on the declaration of the global key. Already I told you what is the keyword should be used to define the user defined functions. Def. Def my function declared the variable as global. Now x holds the string hello. I want to print it inside the function. Now calling my function. Again I want to print the x to check it. What might be the output for this program? One hello or two hellos? One hello or two hellos? Two hellos? If your answer is two hello, it's 100% correct. If your answer is one hello, your answer is 50% only correct. It prints the two hellos. Okay. So, whenever my function is calling, control goes to the function definition, where it sees that variable is declared under the global, x holds the value string hello, print x, this hello will be printed. Again function is over, control comes to the next statement, print x. As x is declared under the global, its scope is everywhere, anywhere in the program. Again it prints the statement hello. Okay. Next keyword, in. In is used to test the whether a sequence contains a value or not. Okay. It returns true if the value is in that sequence, it returns false if the value is not in that sequence. Okay. A is the variable, it holds the set 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. From the command prompt itself, I would like to check 5 in A. Okay. Is it true or false? Yes, 5 is there in A. So it returns the true. Suppose 6 in A, what might be the output? False, because 6 is not there in the set 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lambda. Lambda is used to create the anonymous functions, nothing but the no name functions. And non-local, okay, non-local keyword is very much similar to the global keyword. So with this, the keywords are, all 33 keywords are over. Okay. Now I want to show a magic code which displays the set of 33 keywords. Write a program to display all Python keywords and display each of them in a separate line. This is the sample code. Okay. All keywords are present in the module keyword. First you have to import the module keyword. Now take the variable keyword.kw list. Now you call them one by one for I in A. Now all the keywords of the Python are coming to the KW list. Now you are printing them with the for loop. For I in A, print I. All 33 keywords will be printed. Okay. You try this program and see the magic output. Okay. With this, keywords are over. Next, input and output. Input and print are widely used functions, okay, to take the input and to print the output. Okay. Input and print are widely used standard input and output operations respectively. Print is used to output the data to the standard output device, nothing but our monitor. Okay. We will use the print function to output the data. We will use the input function to take the input from the user. Syntax for the output function is print of variable. Okay. Whatever the variable you want to print, okay, that should be called by the function print. Print of variable. See the example. A equal to 5. 5 is assigned to the variable A. Print of A. What is the output? Now, print of value of A is A. What is the output? Value of A is 5. Okay. Print is the output function to output the data to the standard output device. Next. Input function is used to take the input from the user. Syntax. Variable equal to input of prompt. Okay, like this. Defaultly, whatever the value taken from the user will be considered as string. If you want to convert the string into the required type like integer or else the float, you can do it by the typecast functions int or float. Int or float functions are used to convert the string number into the integer or float. See the example. A equal to input of enter a value, A equal to int of A or A equal to float of A. Okay. So, is it clear? Input and print are the two functions represents the standard input and the output. Print is used to output the data to the standard output device. Input is used to take the input from the user. Whatever the input taken from the user will be considered as the string. Okay, if you want to convert it, you can do it by the functions int or float. I will show the small example on this also. A equal to input of enter A value. Print of A. Suppose when the first statement is executed, it prompts the user for entering the A value. Suppose user entered the value 5. Okay, is it integer or else the string? Typecasting was not done. So that will be considered as string only. Print of A. What it prints? 5. We know that by seeing that 5 physically, we can understand that it is an integer. But system consider that one as string only. If you want to convert it as string, what you have to do? A equal to int of input of enter a value. Print of a. Suppose for the first statement, if you give the input as 5, now it prints the output as 5. Here in the second example, both ourselves and system identifies the output as integer output only. But whereas in the first example, only we can understand that 5 is the integer, system consider that one as string only. Okay, and you can identify the clear-cut difference between the typecast conversion and without typecast conversion with concatenation operation also. Those parts you will be knowing about those parts in the next topic. Last topic, indentation. So here a block is a group of statements in a program or else the script. Python doesn't uses the braces to indicate the blocks of the code for class and function definitions or else the flow control. Whereas in the C, C++, Java, we will use the braces to represent the blocks of the code. Okay, you can see that after the class, okay, braces. After the function, you can see that braces. But whereas in the Python, you will not see those braces. Okay, the blocks of the code are denoted by indentation. Indentation is nothing but the space, one tap space. Okay, this is the block 1. If you want to write the second block, all the lines of the second block in the same indentation. Now, if you want to write the code for the third block, all the lines of the third block should be in the same line. All the lines of the first block should be in the same line. Okay, and I will show an example here. A equal to input of enter A, B equal to input of enter B, if A greater than B. Okay, usually in the C, you will take the brace after the if or else the space. There are the multiple lines. Definitely you should take the braces and you will write the lines else. Okay, but here whatever the lines of the code you want to write under the if, those should be in the same indentation. Else part, same indentation. Okay, in the Python, indentation represents the block of the code. Okay, so block is nothing but the lines of the code called as the one block. Here you can see a block is a group of statement in a program. Python doesn't use the braces to represent the blocks of the code for class, function or else the flow control. Blocks of the code are denoted by what? Line indentation. Okay, here we discussed this example. Okay, with this I would like to conclude the unit 1. Okay, you have learned many topics in the Python. Okay, we have discussed about the history, followed by the introduction, followed by the features, followed by the variables, followed by the identifiers, followed by the assignment, followed by the keywords, followed by input output, followed by indentation. Okay, you try to practice a sample piece of the codes on each and every part to get more clarity. That will be, if you practice the piece of the code for every concept, that will be registered in your memory, that cannot be erased ever. Okay, so try, I request all of you, please try the different types of the code on each and every concept, and you will experience the different outputs and the different things also. All the best. Good luck. Thank you.